I have a theory and it's called AI Utopian Dystopian Theory. Here is what it means. Not so long back and not in a galaxy far, far away, on our own planet Earth, there used to be a term called talent. It was generally assigned to individuals with higher cognitive skills, with innovative and problem solving mindset. These individuals were generally called as talented individuals. Now, I know I said used to be and were. It's not a grammatical mistake. It was intentional, and you will understand why I did so. Now, each and every innovation and advancement, including technological advancement we see today, was built by these talented individuals, including the much talked about artificial intelligence. They were hardworking and generally came out of Ivy Leagues, IITs, and MITs of the world, where companies were willing to hire them with eye popping out remunerations. Because having them was a competitive advantage, they were the difference between a billion-dollar enterprise and wannabe enterprise. However, with the arrival of generative AI, things have changed. The same companies who wanted to hire and retain those talented individuals at any cost are no longer willing to hire or retain them. In fact, it's a stated goal of most of the companies to replace talented individuals with artificial intelligence. And if it's half as successful as it is expected, it is going to create a havoc in the talent market. And unfortunately, there is nothing we can do about it. Some things that are supposed to happen will happen. So, this brings out an interesting question. Is it the end of the road for the talent as we know it? Does acquiring talent still mean anything? Should we do that? Hold on to that particular thought, because if we accept this premise, this means we are going to a utopian dystopian world devoid of natural order and progress. Agree that AI knows a lot, can do a lot, and beat human in a lot of things. So we can consider this AI as a talented individual with a very high score of talent. But the same talented AI is now available to everyone. It's not a scarce resource. No matter whether you are a startup or a billion-dollar enterprise, you have access to same set of talent. Unlike earlier times where a talented individuals can't be cloned or replicated based on a subscription fees. This effectively means that the bar of competition or competitive advantage has grown exponentially. Barring some hardware resources, there is nothing anybody can't do with the help of AI, whether you are a small startup or a billion-dollar enterprise. The AI at the disposal thinks in a similar way, works in a similar way, builds in a similar way, and has the same set of knowledge base, that is training data. So, in the absence of any innovative and differentiating factor, everything will just become a commodity and the prices will hit rock bottom. Also, it's interesting to know that if both a billion-dollar enterprise as well as a startup is using the same AI for problem solving, then why someone will pay higher amount to a billion-dollar enterprise? At the end of the day, both of them are outsourcing the problem solving to the same AI. This is where I see a huge disadvantage with AI, and this is what I call it as AI Utopian Dystopian Theory. Utopian because everybody has access to the same set of AI. Dystopian because there will not be any progress in the human civilization because there will be no rewards. And in the absence of the progress, the civilization will eventually collapse. Now, I'm not the only one who has decoded this or know about this. There are people who knows that they need to harness the competitive advantage to retain whatever they are doing right now. There must be differentiation and innovation. If everybody does the same thing, it's neither innovation nor differentiation, even if the things that comes up with AI is actually a smart thing to do. So the obvious question is where this innovation and differentiation will come from. Well, there are only two options. Either the world will be running with the AI utopian dystopian theory, or we will again need talented individuals to think differently, work differently, and build the things in a different way. Yes, I know AI is heavily subsidized today. In the future, the more money you put in, the better AI you will get, which means the billion dollar enterprises will have some kind of advantages. But as a byproduct and as a side effect, to run non billion dollar enterprises, we still need talented individuals. This is the only way to be innovative, build something new, and harness the competitive advantages. So it's highly unlikely for me to imagine a world built on AI utopian dystopian theory, which means innovation, creativity will be required and human aspect will come into picture. So yeah, I see a world where talented individuals and talent is required. But even before we celebrate, let's be realistic. The talent will not be required to replicate the things, which means if you build it once, the next time onwards, AI will be able to do so, which means that we will be consistently on our toes to create something new, build something new, be innovative, and harness the competitive advantages. Which means we will either be building a lot of things, and because of that, humanity will progress much faster, or we will go in the cycle of AI utopian dystopian to innovative cycle, then coming back to this utopian dystopian cycle. So that was the AI utopian dystopian theory and the rationale behind it. Do hope and believe that this video was useful to all of you. Thank you all. Thanks for watching. We will meet again. Till the next time we meet, good day, goodbye. You take care.